All right, people, let's go inside the numbers. I love going inside the numbers. Cause sometimes you find out things that you thought was right, but really wasn't right until you look at what's really going on. So y'all see I got numbers on here, right? And y'all see I got this Ohio State shirt on, right? The story behind that is I was a Georgia fan, and my man Justin Fields went to Ohio because he wasn't getting treated fairly at Georgia. And he ended up doing this thing at Ohio. So I route with Ohio. Once he left, I transferred. I went into the transfer portal and I went to Jackson State. So for y'all that know how I got, well, I went to the SWAC, not just Jackson. I went to the whole SWAC. So the whole SWAC, y'all, all y'all got me if y'all do what y'all supposed to do. But let's break down the numbers with these people swearing. If you go to big schools, you have a better chance of going to the NFL. So I went back I started in 2014 at the top draft classes, like the 4 stars and 5 stars. That's all I counted, 4 stars and 5 stars that came into these schools, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all, during this time period, Alabama has had 75 guys on the NFL roster, right? I'm doing one time like last preseason. But you gotta remember, some of these guys are Julio Jones and guys like that that's been in the league like 10 plus years. So it's not all the players that just came through in the last 4 years, but it's all Alabama players that came through Alabama system, no matter when they came through. But I'm just go back and show y'all. Alabama had 4 of the top recruiting classes from 2014 to 2000 and I think I went up to 2019 on this, right? So they getting the top players in the country. If you get in the top players in the country, most of these guys are going to transition into the NFL easier because they are already bigger, stronger, and faster than most players. So let's see. Over the last few years, Alabama, currently they have 51 guys on the roster. Over this last time period, like 4 year time period, they had 98 guys to come in. So just think about it. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 5 years because you can have a guy can be on your roster for 5 years. So I did 5. So you got 98 guys to come in. And remember, these are the top guys in the country. 4 and 5 stars. The number 1, number 2 guy coming out of every state. So out of 98 guys, 51 are still on the roster. And like I said, it could be Julio Jones and some other guys that came through a long time ago. Mark Ingram, that's still in the league, that's contributing to these numbers. But let's see, Clemson, actually Dabo did the best from what I can see. I don't know how many of these players are old, but in the last 5 years, Dabo has had 55 recruits come in, 4-star, 5-star. He had 54 guys. Clemson had 54 guys in the NFL. So that's almost right at 100%. Let me see. Ohio had 91 guys come in, and they got 52 currently on NFL rosters. So that's a little better than half. LSU had 76 guys come in, and they got 52 currently on the roster. Georgia had 83 guys come in, and they currently have 44 on a roster. So look at how many guys, these 4 and 5 stars that they miss on. It's almost like 40% of these guys that go to these schools don't make it to the NFL. So, and that now, if Travis Hunter don't make it to the NFL, everybody gonna say he did the wrong thing, but they're not gonna talk about these guys that went to Clemson and Georgia and Alabama that didn't make it. Because Georgia had so many guys in the league, you forget about the guys that didn't make it. Alabama got so many guys in the league, you forget about the ones that didn't make it. So understand, it's more about the scheme that you go to. It's more about the coach and his connections Can he make the call? Can he get guys? Do they believe his word? If he say, I got a guy that could help your team, will they even come check you out? And playing time. Will you be able to get playing time? Because actually being on national TV doesn't make sure you're going to get seen by scouts. Because before a team pull your name out of a hat, they're going to break down all your tape. They're going to make sure they study you in and out, your practice tape. They're going to do a lot of stuff. So it's not if you playing in the championship game, they see you. No, that's for regular people. That's for like being a household name. But if you want to be a big time player in the NFL, the scouts are gonna come look at your film and they're gonna break you down. They're not just gonna look at your highlight tape. They're gonna look at all your snaps for the game. They're gonna see if you run into the ball, if you finishing your blocks. They're gonna see how you interact with your players on the sideline, everything, because they want to know what they bring to their team. So if you go to a smaller school, they still have game tape on you. If you go to a smaller school, if you're a big time receiver, you're gonna get way more targets than if you go to Alabama or if you go to Oregon or something like that, because you are clearly the best talent on the team. So more than likely, you're gonna give your team a better chance to win if they get the ball in your hands. Hey, that's all I got, y'all. The numbers don't lie.